Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on Over the Garden Wall. Now, as you know, Over the Garden Wall is a 10 episode miniseries that started from November the 3rd from November the 7th in 2014. And what's interesting is this was basically a miniseries, with each episode playing off in a serial run. And pretty much the premise of the TV series, the miniseries, is meant to feature two brothers known as Wirt, played by Angelina Woods, and his younger brother Greg, played by Golin Dean. Now, pretty much I would say the two brothers are basically two different counterparts, like Wirt being a bit more open-minded, trying to get through the situations, and trying to find, a way to get out of them. Well, Greg pretty much sees the world as what a little kid would. He's quick to kind of believe, not to take the situation too far. He's quick to have a pet frog with him, and pretty much throughout it, we see their adventure into the unknown. We never know how they ended up here until episode 9. And throughout the series, we see how they meet a woodsman who plays a key role in some of the episodes. And we see how Wirt and Greg meet a young bluebird known as Beatrice. Now, Beatrice was originally a human who ended up becoming a bluebird unintentionally, and of course does want to fix her mistakes, and does tell them about a person who can help them. But of course, there is more truths to the adventure. And of course, there is the typical kind of betray the character, kind of the character slowly losing their grip on things, and this is where it's meant to be. And throughout the adventure, we see how Greg, Wirt, and Beatrice play a key role in helping the residents of the unknown, like helping Mrs. Langtry with her school for animals, as well as her father. We see how a rich tea maker and his competitor don't know each other from their two combined houses, and Greg and Wirt play a key role in helping them out. And of course, we also are introduced to the Beast. Now, the Beast plays a key role throughout the series. He's basically quick to use the woodsman to basically use him as a way to make more firewood, and he's quick to use a special lantern that holds his daughter. So of course, we never know what the Beast is, but throughout the episodes, it's heavily implied he's a Wendigo, and is quick to use people's desperations, their insecurities, just to get what he wants. And I would say, as a miniseries, it knows how to do a story, but I think it does feel a little rushed at times, because when you've got the episode Schooltown Follies, it does feel like they had an opportunity to, when Miss Langtry's dad was falling asleep, could have had Greg and the others going into the school to sort of talk about starting a band and that. When you also got the song Mad Love, you could have had, Greg and the others on the horse early in the mornings and finding the rich guy's house, which would have been an interesting idea. But I get it, with a mini-series, it's the best of what they can do. And I can understand that when you're writing, you aren't going to have as much to tell. And I also do admit what I like about the animation is they really know how to change it. For example, with one character called Auntie Whispers, kind of has this Spirited Away design from one of the characters. And of course, when it does have Laura's more demonic form, they really know how to make it terrifying. And of course, when you kind of got Greg in his sort of 1940s dream, it kind of gives that sort of early 1930s and 40s animation feel, and it makes you feel that that's going back to the older days, back when animation was a bit more starting out and doing what it was. And I also know that they also did do some comic book continuations, like prequels and sequels, before or during the events of some of the stories. And I do admit Over the Garden Wall isn't a bad series. I think if the episodes were a bit longer and had a bit more to tell, we could have had a bit more to explore in the unknown. And I think I do like with episode 9, it gives you that glimpse of what happens before the events of the series. And it gives you a time to know what happened before the two brothers ended up in the unknown. I think my overview thoughts on Over the Garden Wall is a little lackluster, but at the same time, they're able to give a story that's a more slice of life, but a bit more of a dark fantasy comedy drama series. So I think it deserves a thumbs up. It's not great, but it's definitely alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.